Welcome back to Alea Jacta Est. This is tutorial 13, and today we're going to take a look at targeted offensive action. Um, just so kind of a brief update on what's been happening in the game, we have been besieging the Pompeians here and Emporia, as well as Massilia, and I'll briefly kind of update you with what I'm going to do this turn. And Caesar was holding uh, basically Roma here. And last turn, and you may have heard me mention it because I was surprised, the Pompeians unloaded a force here and custom. Okay, they have 4 legions, 2 auxiliaries, and funditores. I think that's supply. And we have not near not near as much. Um, Basically, we only have 1 legion, 3 auxiliaries, and a couple equities, and no supply wagons. Okay, I want to attack this army here, this Pompeian army led by Afranius. Now, maybe it's a bad idea, but let's just kind of go with it and see what happens. So you have an army in Roma. You want to attack this army, your opponent's army, an army you're at war with. What you want to do is you want to drag the force onto the other unit, and then it's the little box up here says you're targeting. You can also look here. So Caesar command power 673 is targeting Afranius Corps and Casinum. Okay, now this is important. The reason we want to target the opposing unit, the opposing army or opposing corps, and not just the regions is this. This army may be on the march, okay? And I want Caesar to follow this army while it's on the march, if it marches to a different region, and bring them to battle. Okay, now I think it's going to be a close call because we only have 1 legion and they have 4, although our legion is in better shape, and I'm sure we have a better commander. We do have lots of other. There it is. We do have lots of other. No, so funditores is not. It's not supply wagons. Something else. I'm not really sure. We'll find out later. But we do have other elements being built here in Rome, but they're going to be ready in a few months. Okay. The second thing is, let's take a look at our posture. So I'm going to click on offensive posture. It says you will attack on sight any opponent in the region. You will not benefit from the terrain nor from retrenchment, but can gain some ground military control percentage if you have the upper hand in a battle. Okay, so we want to basically say we want to attack. Okay, and then I'm going to do sustained attack, which is your normal attack. Not conservative, not all in, just normal in between. Okay. The second thing is I want to attack this naval force here. So I'm basically going to do the same thing with one of our fleets, and we have a fleet here in where are they? Rovina. Okay. But actually, no, let's go with this one. This one's closer, in Genoa. Okay, so it's basically the same principle. I'm going to take the fleet, I'm going to drag it, I'm going to drop it onto the Pompeian fleet, and we'll go with offensive posture, sustained attack, normal attack. Okay. Anything else I want to say? There are some other options here about force march and evade combat and infrastructure. They are there, and there's some other options here, but we're not going to really look at those this term. Let's just say they aren't exactly applicable for what we need to do to bring Afranius Corps to battle. Okay, the other thing is this: we're besieging a Pompeian force in Massilia, and we can now do an assault because there are 2 breaches, but they have they have a force that's basically comparable to our force, and we would probably easily lose the battle, as they'll be in a good defensive position. So I'm going to send a few of their legions and forces there this way, and I'm going to start to move around my my other open available forces to basically strategic points here, here, and here. In addition, I'm going to build another legion up here. So we're spending money, and let's let's see what kind of offensive action will happen. I think Caesar. I think it's 50-50. We'll see what he can do. One legion against 4. Looks like he does have a little bit better support, but no supply wagon, so I'm probably going to be penalized because of that. Yeah, so we're seeing some pretty good action by the AI. They're moving around. I mean, I definitely didn't expect them to land from the boats right just south of Roma. So, yeah. And wow, there we have it. We did win. Caesarean victory. And wow, those were some pretty big casualties. We lost a third of our force. They lost seven, probably about like what's that, 22%. It is interesting here. You know, you're talking about basically Caesar's abilities, 667, and I talked about that in a different tutorial versus 322. And I just have to believe that had a big impact to us being able to push them away. But that's early. There may be more battles. Let's see what else happens. Oh, Pompeian force and Sicilia. Oh, and now we've lost the second one. So there you have it. Wow, they lost another 6,000 men. We lost another 3,800 men. Okay. Pompeians are moving up into Tolosa, and we lost everything. There you have it. So Pompey's not messing around. They obviously know what they're doing. It looks like that other fleet has escaped, and we won't be able to catch it this turn. Okay, so there's Caesar's force. So we won one battle, we lost another, and now we're basically sitting there, and we started to dig into level 2 entrenchments. Okay, so basically, kind of summarize what happened. We went from Roma, we went down, we did bring them to battle here. We won the first battle, we lost the second. When we lost the second, it looks like we didn't retreat though. We lost the battle, but we didn't retreat, and now we have started to dig in. Pompey has moved up here with quite a large force and taken Tulsa, and this Emporia capitulated. So let's see if we can find that, because that's another kind of interesting thing. Here it is. Pompeius surrendered to us in region Emporia, losing 1 unit. We gained 0 victory points and 1 morale point. Okay, now this is kind of a key point. If you are besieged and you surrender, you are going to give the other player a gain in morale, and you're going to lose morale. So you want to be careful about getting in that situation. Of course, actually, they just came in here and assaulted, and Pompey just totally destroyed me. Yeah, so lots happening. We is still besieged. Okay. Yeah, so hopefully we'll have some more good action next turn, and yeah, I'll see you next time.